Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we make Simon's Lego box. I made this Lego box with the router you see behind me here. It actually uses quite a few tools, and one of them is actually carving out. So I wrote here Lego with the machine, and I actually, in hindsight, I should just put Simon's name, but you know, hindsight. It's a box here. This is a lid that is sort of an indent here. I haven't painted this yet just for the video so you can sort of see it more clearly what's going on. And that fits perfectly snug downwards. The box is a nice size, about 30 inches by 15 inches by 8 inches. So there's tons of room here to put all his Lego and to search around for Lego. And you'll notice that it spins around freely. Each one of these casters underneath, there's 5 of them, so one in each corner and then one in the middle, just to prevent sagging and just give it a little bit more strength in the middle area, especially when you have some weight on this. So each caster is able to hold 55 pounds. So it's around 275 pounds that you could put on top of this and still move it around. Because I'm guessing, my son's right now 4 years old, maybe when he's 5 or 6, he's gonna be sitting on this and rolling around with it or what have you. So I don't have to have any concerns about it breaking on him. And that's another reason why I put a caster in the middle, because it provides strength right in the middle where it'd actually be the weakest. When it comes to Simon's Lego box, one of the materials I was considering using actually was pine. I could either laminate it in the shop using 2x4s and machine it down and so forth, and it would look really, really cool. But this is for a 4-year-old, and he'll probably throw it on the floor. He'll break it somehow. I don't know how, but he'll figure it out. So I don't want to spend too much money on the box itself, because if he breaks it, well then, laminated pine is a lot more expensive, production, time-wise, everything, than just using MDF. MDF is also a lot more forgivable when it comes to designing, because you can knock it, you can push it, you can you can get things to fit even though they're not supposed to fit. They actually do fit with MDF, and it's very easy to sand, very easy to paint, very easy for basically everything. If I would have made this out of I was considering 3/4 inch or 1 inch thick pine to do it with, and the reason I didn't go with that is because one, it was going to be actually heavier than the MDF. It would have been thicker. I could make it thinner, but then what ends up happening is that any sort of real wood, laminated or otherwise, always wants to start to torsion a bit and warp on you a little bit. So MDF doesn't have that issue whatsoever. There's no grain in it. It's just glorified cardboard with resin and glue and a little bit of sawdust thrown in, and it works great for that purpose. Another option would have been welding a metal frame and doing all of metal. But if if Simon's playing with a buddy and they throw it to each other, because this is on 5 casters actually. So if you push it really hard, it's gonna go flying. And if I make it out of solid steel, there's 0 give and somebody's gonna end up in the hospital. So again, MDF was the best of all choices available when it came to doing this box. The other nice thing about MDF is that it's a relatively soft material compared to all the other options. And what I mean by that is if you hit it, it will actually dent more than you will dent from hitting it. And because of that, it's basically a wonderful material for this, and especially the corners and that kind of stuff, banged around the house and so forth, it's not going to cause any damage. That's not easily fixed if it is done that way. Now when it comes to painting, you'll notice I did this in multiple steps. And the reason for that is because I couldn't really paint the entire box in one shot, because I wanted to make sure that when I painted the outside, the inside was ready, it was dry, and I can control that. Then I painted all the around and the inside, then I could finally paint the top, and then I could go back around and do little touch-ups here and there. When it comes to painting, basically any options are available, and I just chose normal gray because it matches other colors of furniture I've made for in his bedroom, so it's the perfect fit for what that is. Now a big part of Lego is actually finding the pieces that you want to be using for the Lego. This is why I have it so long and not so deep. The box he has now is roughly like this here, this dimension, and it's a little bit higher. And he's having a lot of trouble finding exactly the pieces he wants because he's always digging and it falls back over. By going wide like this, he can dig on this side, go all the way down to the bottom. Can't find it, go on this side, dig all the way to the bottom. At least that's the theory I have. And we'll see if it works out with him. So if we're going for a custom box, I can basically make this any size, any shape, any material. So if you wanted this out of stainless steel or Corian or any material you could think of, I can make it for you and ship it right to your door.